Hello, guys, and I'm back with another episode of Young Minds. And today we're going to talk about poetry because poetry is one of my favorite subjects, and we need to recognize some of our African American poets, of either the present or the past because they definitely participated in the movement and sharing their struggles and encouraging other people to move forward through their words and their imagination. So definitely have to give them kudos during this show. So today's show is called Feel the Rhythm, Take One, because I'm doing a two-part series. So the first part, which is today, we're going to talk about poetry. We're going to talk about Maya Angelou. We're going to talk about Langston Hughes. We're going to talk about different poets and just, get you guys familiar with different things that you may not have known. And also, I will tell you my experience on how I first started to write poetry. And I want to also talk about this book right here. This book by Common, One Day It'll All Make Sense. This book is crazy, and you have to get it. You have to get it. It's bright yellow, so you really can't miss it. It's called One Day It'll All Make Sense by Common, and he has very all kinds of great reviews. I don't know if you can read backwards, but Maya Angelou, Quincy Jones, you even see Queen Latifah. They all gave their comments about this book, and it's pretty cool. And I wanted to read you this letter that he wrote to Emmett Till that I thought was very touching, and maybe that might be a little preview of you getting the book. But next week, I want to talk about Feel the Rhythm, Take Two. That's the name of the episode. And I want to talk about the rhythm of music because I love music as well. Like music, a lot of people say, I love music, I love music. Music really, really, if it wasn't for music, I wouldn't be here. Like, I really wouldn't be here because music got me through a lot. And God and, of course, church, But music is really important to me, too, because I can't go anywhere without my headphones and my iPod, so... music is really good. So I know a lot of people like music too, so that'll be pretty interesting. And we're going to talk about hip-hop. We're going to talk about R&B, and we're going to talk about gospel, and we're going to talk about the different genres of black music. So, Feel the Rhythm is going to be a good series, and I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy talking about it. So, today, we're going to talk about poetry, as I said. And I remember when I first started writing poetry was my thing. When I was 9 years old, my mother, she told me that she was diagnosed with cancer. And that really hurt me. And it actually caused me to write a poem about, the situation and how I felt like she felt, And I basically had to read the poem at my mother's funeral, of course, years later, and a lot of people liked it, but it was pretty much a poem of her talking to God. And if you guys don't mind, I'll actually tell you the poem. I wrote this poem when I was 9. It's called Why Me? Why me? Why do I feel pain? Did I use your name in vain? Why do I have cancer? Did you call on me and I didn't answer? Why me, God? Why me? When will I be set free from all of my hurt and my sorrow and my misery? Wherever you go, I'll go. Whatever you do, I'll do. I just want to be pain-free. So, Lord, I surrender to you. And it was kind of hard actually saying that poem because the last time I actually said that poem in front of a bunch of people was when I said it at my mother's funeral. So that poem, it really touches me a lot, and I hope it touched you guys as well. That was my first poem I ever wrote, so of course, since then, I've gotten a little bit more, artistic with my words. But I remember when my neighbor's daughter, she was in college at the time. I was like 9. She gave me a book of Langston Hughes poems, and I love that book. I used to read it all the time, over and over and over again. I remember his poem, Dreams. A lot of people know this poem, Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is like a broken winged bird that cannot fly. So it's basically saying, hold on to your dreams. You know what you believe in. You know what I mean? Only you can feel your dreams. So hold on to them. Don't let them go, because if you let them go and you stray away and you do something the opposite of what you want to do and how you want to be successful, then life is like a broken winged bird. Your life is very limp. Your life is just what's the point? And it's a broken winged bird that can't fly. So you know what that looks like. You don't want your life to be like that. So always hold on to your dreams and stand firm to what you believe in, because, you know, you only get one life, and you want to make sure you live it the best way you know how. And basically, I want to introduce a new segment to my show. It's called Fun Facts. Let me try to pull it up, because, you know, I have to use my handy dandy Android, because I'm on my iPad right now recording, so I can't really look at the internet like while I'm on there. But I want to introduce a new segment to the show called Fun Facts. And basically, what Fun Facts is the opportunity, whether it be Black History Month. Today we're going to talk about Black History fun facts, but normally I on a regular basis, it would just be different fun facts about different things. Maybe you knew, and I'll probably be reading some for the first time, like, wow, I didn't even know that. Like, you know, Snapple facts. Yeah, I'm tongue tied. Snapple facts. When you take the Snapple off and you look at it, or your fortune cookie, like, I want to just throw some fun facts out there to you guys. You know, we can learn together. But, yeah, I want to introduce to you fun facts. And today we're going to talk about Black history fun facts. Maybe things you didn't know. And it's good to know, you know, about where we come from. And, you know, how far we've come. Because as we all know, we know some stories, we've heard some stories, or we've seen some movies, and we've honored some people who have been through some crazy things to try to get us the freedom that we deserve. So I want to read you guys some fun facts. Did you guys know, I'm actually looking at this, Harriet Tubman freed over 300 slaves? That's a lot of slaves to free for a woman. Like, you know what I mean? Who run the world? Girls. Who run the world? Girls. Who run this mother? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we really, like, power to the women. Because, like, you really have to give her a round of applause. And, like, for freeing those 300 people without nobody knowing in the Underground Railroad. Like, like, who does that? You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty cool. And she really deserves a standing ovation. If I wasn't so comfortable, I'll stand up. But I'll definitely give her a pound for that one. You know what I mean? Another fun fact I want to read to you guys is Martin Luther King. He actually received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964. And that's pretty cool because, you know, he actually received something in his honor to acknowledge the fact that he was doing the right thing, because there's nothing worse than doing the right thing and people do not commend you for it. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's not that you have to have somebody commend you for things that you do, but, like, he actually worked hard to try to get us to be where we need to be. And it's a shame that after he died, like, it took him to die for them to really, like, see that he really had a powerful influence on the Black community. He was one of the ones who had the power, one of the few who had, like, the strongest influence, because that he's the one that we always acknowledge the most. But we all know the greatest people that really probably played the biggest impact were the ones that behind the scenes and nobody knew about. So yeah, that's pretty much, like, how everything pretty much goes. You know what I mean? So what I want to do is talk about some of the poets that we really don't know about, you know what I mean? And that brings me to today's next segment, and it's just for today. It's our Black poetry segment, and basically this segment I want to read you my favorite Black poem by an author that you guys may not know, or poet should I say, because author is for a book, poet is for poetry. I consider myself a poet. You don't think so? Maybe one day I might read you guys one of my recent updated poems when I finish it. I want to put music to it, and I want to, like, make it pretty cool, because it's actually a poem about my life, and it's a letter to God, you know, commending him and thanking him and acknowledging the fact of where I came from and where I am now. And it's just, it's pretty interesting, and it gets deep. It's not that long. It should be longer. Somebody said I should make it a longer poem, but I'm satisfied where I ended it, and hopefully it's a blessing to you guys. But since it's Valentine's Day coming up, I actually want to read you guys a Black love poem. And hope you guys like it, okay? It's a poem by Mr. Divine, and this is a Black author, a Black poet. I keep saying author. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for being who you are to me. what you are to me, for having the courage to come this far with me. Thank you for awakening this love inside my soul has come alive. To whom does my heart belong? I don't have to decide. Thank you for giving me the gift, for giving me the chance to love you. I'm sorry. Let me start over. You know how y'all do. You gotta start over sometimes. Okay. The love of my life. Thank you for being who you are to me, what you are to me, for having the courage to come this far with me. Thank you for awakening this love inside me. My soul has come alive. To whom does my heart belong? I don't have to decide. Thank you for giving me the chance to love you. I'd die for you. I'd have no regrets, because truly I adore you. Thank you for doing all the things you do. Forever be with me, and I am always be with you. Like, that was very, very, very sweet. And since it was for Valentine's Day, I just basically dedicated that to all the lovers out there who have somebody that they can actually dedicate that poem to. Thank you. Thank you for being there for me. Thank you for, being the one that stuck it out for me through thick and thin, because we have to have the mindset where we can be able to thank someone and not always expect people to thank us. Like, you get what I'm saying? Thank somebody. If you have anybody that you want to thank right now, thank them for the things that they've done for you, because there's not, like, family is important, and when people actually show you that they love you, they become like family, and they're important because they actually have your best interest at heart. So always take the time to thank people for what they do for you, because, like, you want to say thank you before it's too late, and you want to give people their flowers while they can still smell them. But I want to read another poem by Maya Angelou, and then we can wrap it up for today. Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. This is the one that most people still like to this day. You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies. You may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise. Does my sassiness upset you? Why are you bested with gloom? 'Cause I walk like I got oil wells pumping out my living room? Just like moons and like suns with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I rise. Did you want to see me broken, bowed head and lower eyes, shoulders falling down like teardrops weakening from my soulful cries? Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like, don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digging in my own backyard? You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I rise. Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out the huts of history's shame, I rise. Up the path of the past that rooted in my pain, I rise. I'm a black ocean leaping and wide, welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wondrously clear, I rise. Bringing the gift of the ancestors gave, and I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise. And that was by Maya Angelou. Can you actually apply that to your life today? Just because people hate on you, and just because people don't care about the things you do, that doesn't even matter. You still shall rise. And that poem actually motivated me just now. And I just picked that poem off the top. I just was like, you know what? Let's read Maya Angelou, Still I Rise, out, because I was going to read Phenomenal Woman. But I decided to read Still I Rise. And I hope that motivates you guys today. You should still rise. No matter what the situation is, still rise. No matter what anybody says, still rise. You should always be your number one fan, because at the end of the day, if nobody else is going to be in your and like you or feel like you or whatever, then you should still rise within yourself and know, I still rise because I feel like I'm sassy. I still rise. Does my sexiness offend you? I still rise. That poem was like actually pretty good, and it touched my soul right now. So I hope you guys will still rise, and I hope you guys will stay tuned for the next episode of Feel the Rhythm, because it's going to be a part 2 to that, and it's going to be with music, gospel music, R&B music, hip-hop, the works. So hope you guys will come back and see me soon. Peace.